silence. Not the silence of emptiness, but the silence that comes after every struggle has ended. Then, light. Not a blinding light, not something the eyes fear, but a warmth that feels familiar, as if the soul has returned to where it always belonged. A soul awakens and understands, without words, that time has loosened its grip. There is no rush here, no countdown, no unfinished task calling from behind. Before seeing anything, the soul feels it. Relief, the kind that reaches places pain once hid. Safety, the certainty that nothing can harm you anymore. Recognition, as if this place has been waiting and knows you by name. On earth, at this very moment, there are people who are exhausted beyond language. Families displaced by war, carrying memories heavier than their bags. Patients lying awake in hospital rooms, listening to machines breathe for them. Souls lost in crowded cities, surrounded by millions, yet unseen. Paradise is not an escape from earth. It is the arrival earth was pointing toward, and it is said to them, gently, without judgment, "Peace be upon you. You have done well. Enter and remain forever." Not because they were perfect, but because they endured. Here, the soul realizes something astonishing. Nothing needs to be proven anymore. Paradise is not just a place you see. It is a place you finally feel safe. Ask viewers, what does feeling safe mean to you right now in your life? Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Share this video with your loved ones, because this knowledge can literally change a life. On earth, pain is loud. It interrupts sleep. It demands answers. It arrives without warning and leaves scars that time struggles to soften. At this very moment, a mother searches through ruins, calling a name that no longer answers. A man sits alone in a hospital corridor, staring at a floor that has memorized his footsteps. A young soul scrolls endlessly through glowing screens, surrounded by noise, yet drowning in silence. Earth teaches the heart how to ache. But in paradise, stillness reigns, not emptiness, not boredom, peace. A stillness where nothing is about to go wrong, where no sudden sound triggers fear, where the heart is no longer bracing itself for loss. Here, no one is waiting for bad news. No one is counting days in pain. No one is asking, how long must I endure this? The soul understands something earth could never fully explain. Every fear had a purpose. Every tear had a witness, and none of it was wasted. It is whispered, not as a promise, but as a truth already fulfilled. No fear shall touch you now. No grief will follow you here. Paradise does not erase memory. It heals it. The wounds carried from earth do not disappear. They are transformed into proof that the soul survived. And suddenly, the soul sees earth for what it truly was. Not a punishment, but a passage. Every pain on earth has an expiration date. Paradise does not. Ask viewers, what pain do you hope will finally come to an end? There is a moment, quiet, almost weightless, when the soul realizes it is about to move forward, not pushed, not summoned in fear, but invited. The first step into paradise is taken without hesitation, because hesitation was born from danger, and danger no longer exists here. The ground beneath responds, not as earth once did, but as welcome. Nothing is cold, nothing is sharp, nothing resists. Light moves differently here. It does not blind the eyes or cast shadows of doubt. It wraps gently, as if recognizing the journey that brought the soul this far. On earth, people cross borders with trembling hands, holding documents that decide their worth. They step onto foreign soil, unsure if they will be accepted, returned, or forgotten. But in paradise, no one asks for proof. Here, arrival is unconditional. Angels stand not as guards, but as witnesses, faces serene, voices calm. They do not question where you failed. They acknowledge where you endured. It is said to them, enter in peace. This is the home you were promised. And in that first step, the soul understands a truth earth never allowed it to fully believe. Nothing here can be taken away. No goodbye waits ahead. No loss hides around the corner. The step forward is the final step fear ever takes. The first step into paradise is the last step of fear. Ask viewers, if fear disappeared from your life, what would you finally do? Paradise does not begin with scenery. It begins with faces. Before the soul can take in the vastness of this place, it feels something stronger than wonder, recognition, a presence, a familiarity that pulls the heart forward before the mind can understand. Then it happens. A voice once silenced by soil. A smile last seen in a hospital room. Arms remembered through absence, now real again. On earth, graves separate, oceans divide. Wars erase entire generations before goodbyes can be spoken. Mothers today still wait for sons who will never return. Children grow up knowing their parents only through photographs and stories. But paradise is not bound by earth's losses. Here, those who loved for the sake of God are gathered again, not as they were at the end, but as they were at their best. No illness clings to them, no age weighs them down, no regret shadows their faces. It is said that families are reunited here, their bonds restored and elevated. Not everyone you lost on earth was lost forever. Tears appear, not of pain, but of release. Every unanswered farewell finds its answer in this meeting. The soul realizes something that earth never allowed hope to finish forming. Love, when carried with patience, is never buried. Paradise returns what the world could not protect. And in this reunion, there is no fear of separation again. No countdown, no final embrace, only presence, uninterrupted. Paradise is where love is returned without conditions. Ask viewers, who do you hope to meet again beyond this life? On earth, regret follows quietly. It visits at night, when distractions fade. It replays moments the heart wishes it could rewrite. Words not spoken, paths not taken. Mistakes that shaped entire lives. Many carry this weight even now. People defined by a single bad decision, by a past the world refuses to forget, by guilt that feels heavier than any physical chain. But in paradise, regret does not survive. Not because the past is erased, but because it is finally understood. The soul sees its life clearly for the first time. Every stumble met with mercy, Every sincere intention counted, every effort, even the unseen ones, acknowledged. Here, there is no voice whispering, "You should have been better." No comparison, no shame. What once felt like failure is revealed as struggle. What once felt like delay is shown as protection. The people of paradise do not look back with bitterness. They smile, not because life was easy, but because it was meaningful. Earth taught the soul how to fall. Paradise teaches it that falling never disqualified it. And for the first time, the heart rests without replaying its past. In paradise, your worst moment does not define you. Ask viewers, what regret do you wish you could finally release? Only now does the soul begin to see. Not as earth sees, with hunger, ownership, and fear of loss, but with a gaze that can finally rest. Gardens unfold without edges, not cultivated by struggle, not protected by fences. Green untouched by drought, colors unbroken by pollution or decay. Rivers move gently beneath the soul's path. Water clearer than memory, milk that never spoils. Honey without bitterness, flowing without scarcity. On earth today, forests burn. Rivers carry waste instead of life. People fight over land that cannot even feed them anymore. Creation itself seems tired of human cruelty. But paradise is creation healed. Here, nothing is taken faster than it can be renewed. Nothing is destroyed for comfort. Nothing ages toward loss. It is said there are gardens beneath which rivers flow, not as decoration, but as a promise, sustenance, without anxiety. The soul understands then that paradise is not excess. It is balance restored, beauty without consequence. Every leaf moves in harmony. Every breeze arrives with intention. Even silence feels alive. Earth was a test of stewardship. Paradise is the reward of trust returned. Paradise is the earth healed from everything humans broke. Ask viewers, what part of nature do you miss or long for the most? There is no direction to face, no distance to cross, no voice competing for attention. Yet the soul knows. This moment does not arrive with sound. It arrives with presence. Not seen, not imagined, not confined by form, but closer than anything the soul has ever known. There are no accusations here, no list of failures read aloud, no explanation demanded. Only a question, gentle, encompassing, complete. Are you pleased? And in that instant, the soul understands everything it struggled to believe on earth, that every tear was seen, that every prayer, even the broken ones, was heard, that the silence was never abandonment. On earth, people cry out today feeling unseen, workers replaced without thanks, mothers whose sacrifice went unnoticed, believers who held on quietly while the world rewarded louder voices. Here, nothing was missed. It is known without words that Allah was pleased with the effort, not the perfection, with the intention, not the outcome. And the soul responds not with speech, but with surrender, a contentment deeper than joy. Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Him. This is not fear, this is not obligation. This is belonging. Paradise begins fully at this realization. You were never forgotten, not for a moment. Paradise begins when you realize you were never forgotten. Ask viewers, have you ever felt unseen in your life? The soul expected beauty. But what surprises it most is not the gardens, the rivers, or the light. It is peace without effort. On earth, peace is earned. It is negotiated, defended, protected. It is a fragile thing that can vanish with one word, one war, one loss. But here, peace is not a reward. It is the nature of existence. The soul realizes it never needs to brace itself again. No alarms, no sudden pain, no fear of what tomorrow might bring. And then, another truth becomes clear. The soul is not surprised by paradise because it feels earned. It is surprised because it is merciful. The people who never felt strong enough on earth, the ones who doubted their faith, the ones who cried silently, the ones who made mistakes but still kept trying, they are not left behind. They are not excluded from this mercy. Paradise does not reward only the perfect. It rewards the ones who persevered with sincerity. On earth today, many feel unworthy. Many feel their past mistakes are too heavy to carry. But in paradise, mercy outweighs the weight of mistakes. The greatest surprise is not what they receive, but what they are allowed to become. The biggest surprise of paradise is how merciful God truly is. Ask viewers, do you struggle with feeling not enough? The soul stands on the edge of paradise, not looking back in longing, but in mercy. It remembers earth, not as a place of punishment, but as a place of tests, choices, and moments that shaped every heartbeat. In this moment, the soul realizes that paradise is not meant to be hidden. It is meant to be a message for those still living, a message for the ones who are exhausted, beaten, and broken, a message for those who feel their life has been wasted. The soul reaches out, not physically, but spiritually, and sends a signal of hope. To the refugee crossing the border with trembling feet, your patience is seen. To the mother crying in a quiet room, your love is not forgotten. To the young person scrolling alone at night, you are not insignificant. To the believer who feels weak, your effort is a seed. Earth is full of people who feel their lives have no meaning because the world measures success by money, power, and applause. But paradise is proof that life is measured by patience, sincerity, and faith. The soul remembers the words that guided it through hardship. This world is a test. The reward is not for the loudest, but for the patient. And the message becomes clear. Do not lose hope. Do not give up. Your pain has purpose. Because the end is not the end, it is the beginning. Do not measure your life by comfort. Measure it by patience. Ask viewers, who needs to hear this message today? The soul walks deeper into paradise. Light expands, not like a spotlight, but like a sunrise that never ends. The air is filled with a calm that feels like home. Every step forward is a step away from pain. Every breath is a release from fear. The soul understands the final truth. Paradise is not a distant dream. It is the destination that life has been leading toward all along. And the journey continues, not in fear, but in joy. The soul is no longer looking for signs. It is the sign. A life lived with patience, faith, and sincere effort becomes a proof that mercy exists. The gates remain open. The path remains clear. The invitation remains. the soul turns, not in sadness, but in compassion, toward earth, knowing that every person still struggling deserves hope. And so, the final message is simple. Paradise is closer than you think, one sincere step at a time. Paradise is closer than you think, one sincere step at a time. If this vision moved you, write one word in the comments that describes the paradise you hope for.